everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jessica, also known as Chicprofessor on Instagram, and I make videos on luxury goods, sustainable fashion, and workwear. Today's video is a review of this bag, which is the Saint Laurent quilted tote from, I believe, 2015. And this bag is no longer staying in my collection. It's one I chose not to keep, but it is a great bag, and I do want to let you all know, about it, basically, answer some review questions about it. I initially did an unboxing of this video, and I was able to check if my folders and things fit in it at that time. So I'll link that video down below so you can see that. But I just want to talk about why I'm selling it and just kind of the bag in general. What I really love about this bag is the quilting. I think it's really beautiful, it's unique, but it's also made of a very durable leather, and so I think that that's very nice. I also like that the hardware is darker, as is the hardware on the handles, so that it's a little more subtle, even though it has the quilting and this big YSL on it. I didn't use this bag a ton from the time that I bought it pre-loved till the time that I'm selling it now, but I did use it a good amount of times, so I will talk about it. I will say I don't think it gained any more wear. In fact, because I wound up stuffing it and the previous owner hadn't, it actually has much better structure than it did beforehand. It still has some corner wear, but I bought it with that. And it also, let's see, is there any other wear? It also was a little dried out. And while it's still a little bit dried, because I put some conditioner on it, it's definitely doing better. So that is, in terms of wear and tear, I really have no complaints about it. In terms of the bag itself and things that I might have complaints about, one would be the lack of feet on the bottom. I wish that it had feet. But my biggest complaint with this bag comes from the handles. I really like that it has the zipper, and I think that the inside is pretty spacious. So I don't really have complaints with that. And I think the bag looks nice overall. My biggest complaints are, again, the handles and the lack of feet. The handles for most people would be just fine, but for me, the handle goes kind of right under my armpit. So when I'm wearing coats, it especially was a little bit too short for me. It just wasn't comfortable while I was running to the train. I do a lot of walking and running when I commute, not right now, but in general. And then so I didn't love the length of the strap, and I would have preferred if it was a strap that pulled through, so I could have had a longer one and then a shorter one. The handles were a little bit too long for me to feel like it looked good carrying it in the crook of my arm. And then, of course, I wish that they were longer for the commute. So that's my biggest complaint with it, which really, again, most people would not complain about that, just didn't work for my lifestyle. I do really like that it has the chain and then it has the leather, so it was a very comfortable strap. I didn't have complaints with the comfort of it, and it stayed up okay. It just was the length that was the big issue for me. In terms of the interior of the bag, it's a nice big kind of spacious pit. The way that these handles, I think it's great that they say Saint Laurent on them and all of that on the hardware. It feels very luxurious, but the way that that is created, it gets pushed down, this kind of flap for the zipper gets pushed down and imprinted because this is so big. So I don't love that about it, but it's really fine. And then it has a zip pocket on one side and then two slip pockets on this side, which really is my ideal setup. And then it's a big black pit. It would be helpful if the color wasn't black, perhaps, but it really didn't bother me very much. So I had no complaints about the interior. The only other thing I want to point out is that there is a snap at the end of the zipper. So if you're somebody who wants to keep it snapped, you certainly can do that. And if you're somebody who finds it more useful to zip it up by pulling it out, you have the ability to do that. I do generally prefer when a zipper goes all the way across, but I really didn't have an issue with that when it came to this bag. So I am letting this bag go from my collection, and there's potential that it's already sold by the time this video goes up, but if not, then, and you're interested in it, then please do let me know. It is a great tote. It is very similar to, I believe it's not the Manhattan, that's the bigger bag, right? I can't remember what the current kind of Chevron Tote is from Saint Laurent. It's very similar to that, except that it has the big hardware on the front instead of just saying Saint Laurent, and it's significantly wider. So that is nice if you're trying to carry more. And then of course it's less expensive because it is an older bag. So I have seen a few of these also on the pre-loved market. So if I have already sold mine, then I will link some of those down below. Thank you all so much for watching. If you do have any other questions about this, let me know and I will try to answer, even though it might not still be in my collection, I will try to answer from my memory and just my use of the bag. I hope you all have a wonderful day and I will see you in my next video.